Welcome to the Strenuous Life Radio, the podcast where leaderpreneurs, entrepreneurs, men and women learn the essentials and soft skills of the strenuous life. And now, here is your guest host, Jimmy. Hello, folks. JR is gone. He is out politicking. So I'm taking over the show for the day. Today we're going to be talking about honoring Dad. Is the title of this, and I have a guest that will be coming on with me. His name is John, and so to that extent, we're going to be talking about what it takes to honor Dad. So get ready to buckle up your seatbelts. Here it comes. I'm here with my good friend John, who I've known for a little over, maybe almost 12 years now. And as I said, the topic is honoring Dad. John, what can we do to honor the fathers in our lives?
Well, Jimmy, I think the main thing we have to realize is that we, in a sense, are all fathers. Fathers, of course, to our children, fathers to our family, our wives. I'm a husband. I'm a father. My dad, I honored him as best I could. I honored my grandparents, my grandfathers. What we can do to honor them is to remember them, to be a part of their lives while they are around, just like I hope my children will honor me and my grandchildren will honor me as my wife and I get older. But we can honor our fathers, our grandfathers, by remembering them, by writing their stories from a perspective of, family history and genealogy, to remember their accomplishments, to honor those accomplishments, and to just be a part of their lives while they are around. That's, and honor their service to others. There you go.
I think one of our societal ills right now is we have what's known as some fathers are absent or abusive. What do you think is one of our societal ills regarding the family and the situation with fathers?
Jimmy, I think one of the downfalls of our society today is that in many families, it's a non-father family. The fathers are absent. I think truly that fathers, of course, and mothers are the bedrock of society. You have to have a dad around to be a role model, to be a guardian and a guide for his children and his wife. If more fathers were around and honored their responsibility as dads, as fathers, as husbands, there would be less societal ills. I am convinced of that. All right.
Just so the audience knows, I have had at least 2 father figures in my life. The 3 if you count my maternal grandfather. Mm-hmm. The first one was my biological father. And in many intents and everything, he is a good man. He's a decent man and everything. But I guess one of the biggest drawbacks in our relationship in some ways, sadly, is number one, he's a hard man to know. Number two, he has not accepted the fact totally, the limitations of my disability. But then we also have the man, I don't want to use the word stepfather because when Mama married him, his name was Hank Siebold, he despised the word step. Some of his relatives, some of the other kids would use step. And he would say, don't you say it. I hate step. He said, I am James's daddy. I'm raising him. You don't say step in front of me. And I remember one time I was working on a project, and I didn't really know how to really address the man that was raising me. And I broached it with Mama, and she said, whatever you do not put down stepfather. She said, because you know that he raised you. And then the third father figure that I had is my maternal grandfather. He taught me the bulk of the values that I have today. John, what values do you think fathers can teach their kids, young as well as adult, in order to further a better society?
Well, one of the main things, Jimmy, I believe, is just being there as a father, as a grandfather, to help and assist in raising children. I had my grandfather on my mother's side. Actually, I called him my grandfather. He, as you would say, he would be my step-grandfather. My grandfather, my blood grandfather, after his second child died through my grandmother, or, as a result of diphtheria, this was back in the 1920s, he left. He couldn't handle it, and he left. And after a few years, my grandmother remarried a John Green Talley. He was the grandfather I knew and was partially raised by both he and Tony Anton Martin, my paternal grandfather. Those grandparents raised my brother and I during rather strenuous times for my family, the dysfunction that we had. But I think the values that were instilled in me by my father, by my grandparents, by my grandfathers, of hard work, of service, of being a friend to others, of just being around, is one of the main things I think that we can do in our society to help raise our children. There you go, Jay.
And also, I think one of my conclusion remarks is this. Back in, I guess it's 2019, 2020, I would see my nephew talk to his natural father with ease and everything. And I always had problems in some ways relating to mine because of, hang-ups in the past. And, even though we reconciled, things were strained at best. And I remember going to Heavenly Father one night, just crying. It's like, I don't understand. He said, whenever you see him talking to his father, and you're getting that lonely feeling inside, come talk to me. He said, because I'm also your father. See, we have a loving Heavenly Father that loves us. And so, knowing that we have a loving Heavenly Father that loves us, who are we not to honor the fathers in our lives? Now, I hope you enjoy listening to the Strenuous Life Radio. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and become a part of the Strenuous Life Radio family. This is Jimi Hendrix saying until next time, don't just sit there and take it. Build your dreams so you can take it. Do what others don't so you can be what others won't. And do what others won't so you can have what others can't. Think strong, live strong, and live the strenuous life. God bless you.